and make sure everything is on point. We locked in daily once a fucking again. We gonna dive in. Hold on. Make sure the voice on point. Yeah, Sirski. All right. Today we're gonna talk about your 20s versus your 30s and how most people waste their fucking 20s and their 30s. But this is for men. For a man, your 20s is for lessons and fun. You know what I'm saying? Lessons and fun. Oh, this is my partner. I gotta. Oh shit. What's good, bro? I'm about to leave my house as soon as I get finished with this video.
I'm over here telling my girl I'm gonna wait for you outside.
You already went in there?
I'm trying to eat, man. I'm hungry. I wanna, you know what I mean?
Yeah, go ahead. About to say, go ahead in there and shit, and I'm gonna just call me when you get out.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
You didn't about the same thing, yes?
Huh?
Yeah, alright. It don't matter.
I mean, cause I'm definitely like 30 minutes away
I
from
don't
there.
wanna go in my car, you know, then them niggas got your keys.
I know. I'm gonna be up though, so I'm gonna be up.
Alright, I'll hit you when I leave here. I just missed them motherfucking time.
Okay, I'll be waiting on you, bro.
Alright, man.
Well, I got business to attend to, but right now we're gonna get this piece of business out first. Anyway, your 20s, you're supposed to is for lessons and fun. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself. You're learning what you like, what you don't like. You're learning about what works and what don't works. Your prefrontal cortex ain't even fucking developed yet in your 20s. So in a man's 30s is when his planning and his prefrontal cortex is supposed to be developed. But today, modern day men in their 30s, they're not fucking growing up. They bullshitting. They watching streams, just being entertained. They chasing drugs and liquor. They working dead-end-ass jobs. See, a man in his 30s is supposed to be unlocking his prime years. I'm gonna just circle prime years. And the man in his 30s, he's supposed to be unlocking his prime years. You feel me? He's supposed to be locked in on his growth, his legacy. Legacy, order, control, energy, and domination. Oh, legacy, order, control, knowledge, energy, and domination. That's locked. That's a locked framework. In a man's 30s, he could be unlocking his prime years. This is the most potent a man's power is going to be, because this is when a man, he's reaching his peak numbers in testosterone, his planning skills, you know, his mental function is supposed to be on point. If he ain't a drunk motherfucker or if he ain't a fucking drug addict, his cognitive skills is going to be, you know, supercharged in his 30s. If he's on the right things, if he's on the right tracks, if he's on the right path, right? So this is the path right here now. You either going the locked way, which is the righteous path, the right way, or you going the drifting way for pleasure and shit, fun and shit. You still like a child. You know, a lot of dudes, they call it Peter Pan syndrome. A lot of grown ass men in their 30s, 40s, 50s, even their 60s, until death. A lot of grown ass men, they're plagued with pleasure and fun and comfort. They're drifting. They don't do anything. You dig? It's excusable in your 20s. It's excusable and it's escapable in your 20s. In your 30s, that shit is almost like glue, and you're not gonna realize yourself deep in the fucking quicksand, and you almost fucking drowning. It's almost like you being buried alive, because your potential, the man who you could become, you've forfeited the man who you could become for fun and pleasure and comfort. All you had to do is get serious and locked in. Join a brotherhood of serious men who are committed to growth, who are committed to, you dig what I'm saying, self-actualization, who are committed to really becoming the most that they can become. You dig what I'm saying? Like, every man is born with a destiny. Every man is born with potential. You dig that he has to go through his own struggles to unlock. You dig? But if you too busy having fun, drifting, wasting time, bullshitting, clubs, partying, chasing pussy, cooling it, chilling with fucking dead and ass friends. You dig what I'm saying? You're wasting time with a bunch of meaningless, petty attachments. You will never unlock your full potential. You will always be reduced down to a fucking peasant. So you will never be able to be a full man. Because a full man is a controller, a manipulator. He builds, he creates, he protects, he provides, he leads, and he guides righteously. This is a full man. Now, a lot of, in your 20s, and when you're caught up in lessons and fun, you don't even realize that the fun that you're having is going to translate to lessons once you're locked in. Once you're in your 30s, you're going to look back at all the fun, and the fun is going to be a lesson to you on what not to do or what not to waste time on. Because time is valuable. Time is our most precious asset. If you waste your fucking 20s and you waste your 30s, right? By the time you get 40, most people are burnt out. They don't have any ambition left. For a man, his testosterone, if he's not utilizing it, for a man, his testosterone starts to majorly decline in his 30s if it's not being utilized, if it's not being stimulated. You dig? You must stimulate the testosterone in order to, you dig what I'm saying? Like, to keep it going. You have to keep conquering. You have to keep, you dig that spirit of conquer. A man has to keep that in him. Let me make sure the camera angle is proper.
Make sure the camera angle is
It is proper. It's cool. Okay. Bottom line is, this mature man, in his prime years, the man who's locked in, unlocking his prime, because you got to lock in to unlock your prime. And your prime is going to be your peak physique, your peak financial state. You dig what I'm saying? This is when you're going to, cultivate the best relationships, because now your prefrontal cortex is planning properly. Now you're able to assess people's value. Now you're able to put things where they belong. You're able to categorize people. You're able to categorize different things in your life. Prioritize shit. You dig what I'm saying? You understand that silver and gold don't have the same fucking value, so you don't even, you won't exchange your gold time for silver fucking, you dig what I'm saying? For silver fun. For silver, say you might, these females out here these days, they're not golden. Because gold means no matter what the circumstances is, that substance stays the same. These females are not even silver. They're not even precious metal. They're literally, the value of most females these days is pennies. My pops always be like, you can get them a dime a dozen. A dime a dozen. So a dime a dozen, out of every 12, 10 of them is gone. That is sad. You dig? But anyway, make a long story short, guys, young men, aspiring great men, men who are controllers and manipulators, protectors and providers, men who are really on a rise. If you either in life, you either on a rise or you on a fucking, you're on an incline or you're on a decline. You're either ascending or you're descending in life. So the men who are ascending, you're gonna lock into this shit. And even if you in your 20s and you see this message and you get this wake up call, you wanna shift your mentality. Think like you're in your 30s. Unlock your prime in your 20s. You're gonna dominate your 30s and you're gonna run circles around all of your friends, all of your peers, all the people who doubted you or wronged you in the past. You're gonna run circles around all these people. This, what I'm telling you right now, is how to beat 99% of people. 99% of people, you're gonna beat them and you're gonna rise to the top 1%. So if you have aspirations on rising to the top 1% in the world, or in, you dig what I'm saying, in your city, in your fucking town, in your wherever the fuck you at, right? If you have aspirations on rising to the top 1%, then you're gonna wanna unlock your prime. You wanna be unlocking honorable, tough, high road growth. Tough growth, honorable growth. You want to take the high road, you dig? You don't need the easy route. You don't need the easy way out. You need the high road. You need the complicated way. You dig? The complex way, because this is the road that everybody's not going to take. You want the narrow road. The wide road is here. This is the wide road. It's easy. It's narrow road to lock in. You have to narrow your vision, your focus. You gotta, you don't want to have total tunnel vision, but you gotta get tunnel vision. You dig? You don't want fixation, because fixation will allow you're gonna block out opportunities that you dig what I'm saying? Other opportunities and other things in your life that you might need to focus on too. Because life is multifaceted. It's not just one way, it's not just one thing. A lot of guys think that you can just go to the gym and that's locking in just because you go to the gym. That's not locking in alone. That's vanity. You're just building your body. Locking in is building your body, your mind, your spirit. Locking in, it is cultivating your inner world. You dig? You want to cultivate your inner world. That way you're unshakable. That way, no matter what happens in the outside world, your inner world is sound. You're unshakable. You dig? You can't be bent or broken unless you bend yourself. You're flexible. This is when you're locked in on the inside. This is your inner world. External events, external circumstances don't control your internal feelings or emotions or fire or desire or your judgment. You operate with spiritual clarity. So being locked in will give you discipline. That discipline is an armor for your spirit. Discipline will guard your spirit. It will guard your destiny. Because the whole purpose of all this stuff is your destiny. You dig? Your destination. Manifestation, what you're trying to bring into the physical realm. This is the power of the locked in man. He can bring things into the physical realm, create ideas that he had in his mind in the mental realm. He bring these things, download them into the physical realm by repetition, relentless repetition, consistency. This is the power that we are due once we're not distracted, once we're not drifting, once we're not being ruled by pleasure. Pleasure is our enemy. Like the type of pleasure that the temptation that men get tempted by. This is our enemy. This is the enemy of greatness. So I wanted to give you guys, a quick rundown on why, the purpose, and the reason, that the energy is different in your 20s and your 30s. But if you don't find the right path before you get in your 30s, while you're in your 30s, if you're not getting on the right path, chances are, for most men, you have limited the amount of things you can accomplish and achieve in your lifetime, because it takes time to, develop fruits. It takes time for a tree for you to harvest your fruits. It's going to take time. It's going to take a lot of repetition to learn new skills, to learn new, you dig what I'm saying? Tactics. But like I said, the lock framework is what I use. It's legacy, order, control, knowledge, energy, and domination. When you have this lock framework, this will unlock everything in your life when it comes to all your energy blockages, your potential. You dig what I'm saying? You know you got greatness in you. You know you got greatness somewhere deep down inside of you. You're going to have to bring that up out of you by locking in. The lock framework will help you with that. Now, if you follow my YouTube, you follow me on Kick, if you follow me on Instagram, TikTok, LockedinDaily369, this is where we at. Mastermind. This is what you're talking to. You're talking to the mastermind right now. And like I said, we're going to release this framework to the public, you dig? Because this helped save my life. And I want to help save others' lives. I want you to have this and be able to apply it to your life. But, so crucial years right here, your 20s and your 30s. And people going to tell you all the time, people going to tell you, you got more time. You can do more. You got more time. Have fun. Enjoy your youth. Fuck that. Lock in right now. You know, my mom used to tell me some shit a long time ago. She used to be like, you know, you can play all you want to play if you get that work done first. Get that fucking work done first. And you can play all you want to play. You did? And that stuck with me. So in class, when I went to school and shit, I used to laugh and joke. I was a class clown. I have fun. I always did my work fast though. I always did my work first, and I was always right? And the teacher used to tell people, hey, y'all don't follow him. Don't follow Bernard, cause guess what? One thing about Bernard, he gonna get his work done. You gonna be a fool playing around thinking Bernard didn't get his work done. Bernard gonna get that work done. You feel me? So the thing about it is, like I said, for you, get that fucking work done. Fuck your friends, fuck the parties, fuck the drugs, fuck the clubs, fuck all the bullshit. Block it out. Block out all the distractions and guard your spirit, guard your soul, and guard your destiny. You have to lock this shit in. And once this destiny is locked in your brain, in your mind, in your spirit, right? Once that destiny is locked in, fire will burn. Nothing will be able to deter you from your fucking vision. Nothing will be able to deter you from your dreams and your path, your potential. You dig? This is the power, the clarity that you need, right? That you will have once you change your path. You're going to have this clarity once you change your path. As soon as you change your path, right? As soon as you lock in, get on this locked in path, and you get the locked in framework from me, right? And we chart your fucking real destiny. We chart your real fucking trip, right? You gonna sell your shit wherever you trying to go at. The shit gonna fucking sell. You dig what I'm saying? Like, wherever you really want to go at, no matter what it is. You could want to be a motherfucking airplane pilot, fucking NASA, fucking whatever it is. Whatever it is you can do. Anything you put your mind to is possible. But you have to put your mind to it and leave it stuck there. It has to be locked. You gotta lock that motherfucker and throw away the key. You dig? We in a hyperbolic time chamber. This is the 90-day hyperbolic ascension chamber. You dig? That's what the lock framework is. Because once you lock in with me, you got 90 days of ascending. Every day you're ascending. 1% a day for 90 days is 90%. Think about how your life would change. Just imagine how your life, your body, your mind, your spirit, your finances will change if you locked in for 90 days, right? And you got repeatable actions, smart goals. You dig? For 90 days straight. That's all it takes. You rewire all your neural pathways. You rewire your brain. You reprogram yourself for domination. Into the next episode, we're going to stop right there. We locked in daily, 369.